3rd and 4. Dak's got 4 out there, throws it over the top, and wide open CeeDee Lamb. Stopped it and goes. Lamb down the sideline to the 20-yard line and knocked out of bounds at the 19.
So it's a 1st and 12 now for Dallas. Quick slant, and he's got Lamb in stride. CeeDee Lamb spinning and going. Big gain, ball's out. Covered up. With a 10-point lead, by the way, in the 4th quarter before losing. Here's Prescott, 2nd and 9. Oh, what a hit. Oh, and he holds on Lamb at the 46. Tumbled by Tony.
Knowing, right here, he knows this free safety's coming over. And that's risky. One of the premier inside defenders.
Got back. Prescott slides, fires, completes. 1st down, perfect route run by CeeDee, and the Cowboys move the chains.
We have a backup in. Let's go ahead and use a chip, and that allows time for Dak. And slide the rest of the line.
Cardinals have scored on all 5 possessions. On 3rd down, Prescott off his back foot, lofting for Lamb. He's got it. This time beating Clark. First time Lamb's gotten free. He does so for 32.
CeeDee Lamb on a little jet sweep, gets around the edge, gets a good block from Gallup, and Lamb fighting his way for a 1st down. Little wrinkle to get number 88 the ball. And it looks like they have him in kind of a hybrid role for Gonzalez. Here's Prescott looking to throw a fade for CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. Touchdown, Dallas.
Your opponent's best cover corner comes out. You immediately attack. They put CeeDee Lamb on the outside. You have to assume Gonzalez would have been on him if he didn't just exit the game for injury. And that is a great ball. A great job by CeeDee Lamb getting on top.
Turpin in return. Prescott gets away. Throws, and CeeDee Lamb is open with some space to Niner territory to the 36-yard line.
And I would imagine the Cowboys go after him.
Prescott over the middle. There's Lamb again. 2 big plays. And a 1st down at the Charger 41. Prescott steps through. CeeDee Lamb, 1st down Dallas. 18 yards.
Yeah, it's one-on-one. They're in man coverage, and then you've got CeeDee Lamb running away. But
Early on has no answers to this Rams front.
2nd and long. 4-man rush. Prescott gets rid of it. Over the middle, CeeDee Lamb. Nice catch and move. Lamb turns on the speed to the outside and a 1st down. CeeDee Lamb, jet sweep. Has a block. Lamb inside the 40 and a 1st down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle. Fires. Caught. CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Watch this little shake. They call it a rocker step. You always want to lean into the foot you're going to cut with. So he leans into the left foot, allows him to cross leverage on Kendrick, and that ball is put.
Yeah, it will be. And considering, here's Prescott back to throw. Quick hitter over the middle. Lamb in traffic. Makes the catch. Still on his feet. Down inside the 20. 3 touchdowns, 22 of 28, 250 yards. CeeDee Lamb, a career high in receptions. That'll give you an idea. Prescott looking for more, and Lamb, a poster over.
I mean, you talk about high point in a ball. That's clinic tape.
On the fake, Prescott lofting. Lamb open. He's got it. Still on his feet. Now taken down inside the 5. And it's CeeDee Lamb on 4th and 1. Who delivers to make it 1st and goal?
Just a great route. They bring him over in motion. They know it's man. Eli Ricks, the slot corner, and just a double move. Looks like a little slant. And then an inside pump. Perfect play dialed up against the perfect coverage. You see.
Got to get to the 24. Pressure on Prescott. He gets away. Looking down the field. Firing, and it's caught for the 1st down. CeeDee Lamb got open. And
for this Dallas offense.
Prescott. Quick hit over the middle. Lamb in stride. 1st down. CeeDee Lamb runs away from Byard. And a big gain as CeeDee Lamb up to the 49. He picks up 20.
Yeah, nice job there. CeeDee Lamb in the slot does so much of his damage from the inside. A friendly matchup there against the safety Byard.
On the fake. Prescott over the middle deep. Lamb in stride. CeeDee Lamb has a first down.
They're going to need to show up big today to keep this Dallas offense at bay.
As Ferguson in motion, pressure on Prescott, gets rid of it. Lamb. Oh, one-hander. CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I think this is going to be PI.
Did he even look?
No, I mean, he just stuck that big left hand out there right on cue. He knew we were talking about him. I think they're going to
Pass interference. Defense, number 27. That penalty is declined.
And the extra 5 yards was a penalty on Banks, who was on Lamb again. Here's a fake. Now it's Lamb on the reverse. Has a seam. CeeDee Lamb scores. Touchdown, Dallas.
Watch, the tight end's going to start like everything's going to go this way, and CeeDee Lamb's going to take it on the soft toss pitch, and it's out the gate. Nice job there by Schoonmaker, the tight end, on the kickout block.
Here we go.
Play clock at 0. They just get it off. Prescott pumps. Has a man. CeeDee Lamb has got it inside the 30.
Yeah, here we go.
2nd and 18. Prescott delivers. Oh, good catch made. 4-man rush. Stunts picked up. Deep over the middle, and CeeDee Lamb who makes another big catch. Into Giants territory, down to the 40.
Yeah, here we go.
Looking, throwing end zone. Another one for CeeDee Lamb and a touchdown, Dallas.
Take a look here at McLeod, number 44. They're just high-lowing him. If he jumps Michael Gallup, they're going to throw it over his head. If he gets depth on CeeDee Lamb, they're going to throw it to Gallup. That's just a simple 2-on-1 high-low concept. And Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon.
3rd and goal. Panthers show blitz. They come with it. Prescott floating one for the corner. Caught! CeeDee Lamb! Touchdown, Dallas.
You get the motion to see who's running with him, if it's man or zone.
All kinds of time for Dak. Going to the end zone. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys have opened.
Can't do it. Watch this. He's going to go in here. Oh! And you got to break the leverage. And he used that little push at the top. He's slowly turning. I want you to watch the outside. Look to your right. Look at the O-line in here, actually. Look at this time. You can't throw this ball. No one's around him, Jim. I mean, that's why they can win the Super Bowl.
Pollard again, going to shift back to the other side. Prescott looks, fires back of the end zone. Reviewed, and the call on the field has been overturned. Both feet were down.
Pollard is the backup, a fullback in the game here. Fake to Pollard, protected well, fires, caught, touchdown, CeeDee Lamb.
Seen in recent weeks, the movement of CeeDee Lamb creates a favorable matchup. He moves, you see Seattle adjust, and then the inside receiver takes away the safety, and that's why he's able to make that throw.
Prescott using all of the play clock. Handed this time to Lamb. First down, a lot more. Tackled from behind to save a touchdown.
Watch 18 right here be able to secure that block on the rookie Witherspoon. That gives him a chance to get underneath of that. How dangerous is he in open field?
He's bring full. Prescott bouncing, looking, escaping, throwing on the run. Flag is down as Lamb catches it, takes it to the end zone for a touchdown. But there is a flag down, and this is coming back.
He's going to look one, he's going to look two, and when it's not there immediately, he's going to get out of there. The difference in this offense lately has been the ability to get into that transition passing game. When he doesn't like the first two, you saw it again.
A conversion rate from Dallas was good, picking up third downs on the first drive. And got one here on the second to CeeDee Lamb to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 27. And a couple of big shots to Lamb already.
3rd and 4. Prescott has time. Looking, throwing into a tight window, and it's caught by CeeDee Lamb. Great throw from Prescott, and the drive continues as Lamb with a big play.
And this is just a big-time throw. You see Tolbert, he takes the top off. We used to call this 77. A positive drive for their sake, hopefully end with a touchdown.
Yeah, get it to Lamb on the run, diving, and he's in for the touchdown. CeeDee Lamb gets the rushing touchdown. Third rushing touchdown of his career. A good effort in the rain just to kind of leap into the end zone. So the Cowboys able to put together a drive and at least something to build on for next week.
How much does Mike McCarthy want to rely on that in these early downs?
Second down, Prescott quick throw again. Lamb in stride, room to run. He's down inside the 20, makes the move. CeeDee Lamb is going to score.
CeeDee Lamb, he's one of the toughest mismatches in the entire league because of his ability to operate in the slot, and we've seen it on this drive as Dallas takes the lead. Great route, great throw, great catch, and then it's all just run after contact.
CeeDee Lamb's got Dolphins show blitz. They come with it. Prescott in trouble. Gets rid of it far side. Lamb in stride. Beautiful throw. And there is his first catch since the first quarter. And it's a first down.
You know, they've been having a revolving door opposite of Cam Sutton.
3rd down and 4, and that's catch number 1 for Lamb. Makes a move. After going around Sutton, and he's still rumbling down inside the 40. Now 3rd down and 13. Blitz coming. Prescott able to get out of the end zone. And now airs it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. When he gets there, it's a touchdown Cowboys. On top.
Prescott over the middle. It's caught. Lamb is in. Touchdown.
Yeah, that's worst case scenario for this Washington team to give Dallas. You can see he clearly extends the ball. It's typically a no-no. You don't really want to reach the ball across the goal line. You see if you fumble it, we all know what happens. But when you're one of the best players in the league and you score, all is well.
9 straight games with a touchdown for CeeDee Lamb.
Post-bye week, they've been amongst the best offenses in the league.
Prescott can't find anyone. Retreats. Point says go right there. Caught. Lamb again.
Get into the scramble. Watch this little point. So he's going to move to his right. Now watch this little point. Oh, he's just saying, CeeDee, go. And there he just looks him off, and CeeDee Lamb. It's just got to be so disappointing for this group. Everything went your way.
Prescott now going to air it out. CeeDee Lamb makes the catch in stride. And it's a nice play, but a little bit too late.
Philadelphia kind of struggling down the stretch. Them sneaking in to win that division title, getting a home playoff game. We talked about how good they have been the last 2 seasons at home. It looked like everything was aligning, so no one expected this.